It is big enough to give you everything you want. It is big enough to take away everything you have. Welcome to the Spearhead Transmission.
With your hosts, Nick Brand and Michael Ray.
This is the Spearhead Transmission.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma, welcome to the Spearhead Transmission. It's October 22nd, 2014. It's time to break those chains and water that tree. I'm back.
Yeah, you are.
I missed out last week, and turns out last week was the most downloaded show in our podcast history, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Just because I was scary.
I heard you were pretty intense.
I was intense.
So I haven't listened to it, so
no,
without going over it completely.
Well, I think the reason that we had the most downloads was because we had Dr. Henry Macco, right? And he tweeted about the interview, so it's pretty good.
So it's like, I mean, that was a goal that we had with all of our guests for them to post it on there.
Post it, but he was actually the only one that has,
which is crazy to me. But have we been a guest?
Yeah, we've been
split
one
guest.
Yeah,
on another podcast,
right?
But did we post theirs on ours?
Yeah, I think we.
Well, if you haven't listened to Thought Crimes, listen to Thought Crimes.
Oh yeah, we. I thought you were talking about the other one.
Yeah, we have been on another one, but that was at the beginning, so we didn't really have anything to offer then.
What do you mean? Our sparkling personalities aren't enough?
I'm not sure. So, speaking of personalities, like
I gotta adjust my volume. I would be louder than you.
We never have talked about who listens to our show. You ever think about that?
Well, we have. We just don't.
Like specifically, like I hear on the radio,
okay.
like, we love our listeners.
Yeah, we do love our listeners.
But we do, yeah. I love our listeners immensely. But, like, if you think of, like, what kind of person do you think listens to this?
A very intelligent person. Beautiful.
Inside and out?
Yeah.
Like someone that's self-sufficient, doesn't wait for someone to help them out, or, they take care of business themselves.
Always.
What you think? Yeah.
And they probably have really nice butts.
Good, well-maintained vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Oil's topped off.
Always.
Never late to work. Like,
no.
And if they are, they walk in like, what the fuck's your problem? Get back to work.
They own the place.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, all you listeners, we really do appreciate you listening. All the people worldwide that listen, we appreciate that too. If you don't understand what we're saying, downloaded this on accident, we thank you, because it still counts on our little counter on the program here.
It inflates our ego.
Yeah.
So it helps us.
I shouldn't even. Well, there's two things I want to talk about. One of them is, I know of a person that's selling a 2008 Lexus IS 250.
Uh-huh.
It's in immaculate condition. The paint is a silver paint color. It's black leather interior with DVDs and the headrests. It's got 73,000 miles. It's been garage kept and woman owned. I don't know if that's...
You're supposed to save this for classifieds cruising.
I don't know if woman owned is a plus or a minus. I've seen it written places like women driven. I mean, because I drive the shit out of my truck.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed on the way over here, it looked like someone was trying to rob me. Shit sliding around the back, But my wife drives her car, like, takes care of it, so... I should probably not say this in case I'm sell my truck one of these days, but...
Yeah, but I think it depends on the woman.
Well, this one's been driven like an old lady's driven it.
No, there you go.
So,
wait. Not an old lady, but like a semi-old lady.
Yeah.
Right? Because...
a responsible driver has driven it.
Yeah, because an old lady, you would be like, well, they just ran over the curb. They didn't see it. They just drove to the garage door.
I put extra oil in it.
Yeah. It topped it off an extra.
But anyway, it's for sale for a cool $18,000. So if you know anybody in the market for a used Lexus that's basically brand new, it's clean, get a hold of me via the Facebook page. I don't know if I want to put my phone number on this. Yeah. Just get a hold of us on
be there.
Yeah, Facebook, or email me at xspearheadx@yahoo.com. with deals like this, they won't last long. So step
It'll
into
be a September to remember.
Yeah, September to remember, and anchors away. So Lexus, driven to perfection.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. My second thing is
Okay.
everyone's got to be tired of hearing about how I feel like I'm sick, right? I know you are.
No, I'm not. I mean,
The other morning,
I listen.
I woke up and I was like, man, what the hell is wrong with me, right? So I noticed my butt was kind of sore.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know why. Right? And then I felt funny, like that kid that just got his teeth cleaned or whatever on that video. I feel fine.
Oh, you felt like that?
Yeah, man. Like I didn't feel right.
Like you ate a whole bunch of Colorado gummy bears?
Yeah. So then we're at the gym, and I told you, I was like, dude, I'm going to eat Schlotzsky's. Like, something's not right. I was craving shit food, right?
Uh-huh.
So I ate Schlotzky's, and then on the way home, I was eating gummy bears out of the package. And then that night for dinner, I had Billy Sims, which I don't consider Billy Sims junk food.
Me neither.
It's carb-free, man. It's like pure protein.
It's good for you.
And then I had a bunch of shit today, and I was telling my wife about it, and she's like, sounds like you're pregnant. And then I started thinking, like, man, my butt was sore the other morning.
I think so.
And then all this talk about aliens. And
Yeah, I think so.
And this solar eclipse that's happening tomorrow, I was like, the only logical explanation.
Maybe you might be pregnant.
I was trying to think of my dreams to think if I was ever ravaged
You
by
don't
some
remember?
spacemen.
Like, are there any times that you don't remember? Like you said you were blacked out. I thought you said you earlier today at the
Blacked
gym.
out?
You said you were having spatial problems.
I get dizzy feeling, but
That might be it. You
I don't get dizzy and think of a bunch of 3-foot tall gray men running a train on me or anything. You know what I mean? So that the only logical explanation is, since I don't exhibit any kind of earthly symptoms, that I'm
being pregnant.
pregnant with.
You're gonna lay a giant
spaceman.
egg later.
Yeah, exactly. Something, because I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
Maybe you are the walking antibody
For Ebola?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I would sail the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. Since I'm the virtual Tutankhamun.
That is, all of our listeners need to look at the. I saw it on a few websites.
What is it?
There was a virtual, not necro. What do they call them? Autopsy. Virtual autopsy from, which I don't even know how do you do a.
You do it virtually, like on the PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're gonna do a virtual autopsy of King Tut.
On
Turns out he's
PlayStation 4.
Super Mario Brothers in there. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way to find out if it's
It
right.
is Luigi.
Yeah, there's no way to decide if it's right or wrong. So anyway, like the virtual autopsy, like I guess it's the picture, the face,
Hey.
uncanny resemblance to Mike.
Yeah, but it says that he has buck teeth.
Yeah, the teeth. Yeah, the teeth are wrong. If he just had his mouth closed a little more, it'd be even more.
I do see the resemblance in the shape of the head. You got the ape head with the corners on the back.
His body type's not yours.
Yeah, I'm glad.
He's got a giant pear body with a huge diaper and a cane.
And a club foot.
Is that true? He has a
Let's show the club foot.
King Tut's got a club foot because his parents were brother and sister.
I have a club.
What?
Just club.
So in that little tirade or whatever right there, just remember that tomorrow's the solar eclipse when...
Oh, it is the 23rd. That's right. So maybe that's what's happening to you. If that's the case... If that's the case...
of domination.
It's going to be awakened tomorrow.
Right, like maybe that's what's happening to you.
My body feels it.
Or maybe he's going to feel like a giant egg is in your...
Yeah, that'd be like a bad way for the Antichrist to come into the world.
Yeah,
like
just-
crack out of an egg. Yeah.
An egg that was laid by you.
Like, what would be my position then? Am I just done, or do I get any kind of special recognition for laying a human egg or a giant egg?
The Antichrist egg.
Yeah. Like, am I going to be in the news report, or is it just going
It
to be
depends.
him?
I think. Like, what if you have to you still have to incubate him? So then you got to sit on him the whole time. Is that how it happens?
No.
Well,
Antichrist that need incubated.
he's already hot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why your stomach is itching.
I don't know. That stopped. Thank God. I don't
That's
have
shingles.
Don't have shingles.
We'll see.
All right. So we get we renamed a segment, right?
Yeah. So we're we got boners. We're gonna talk about boners. We're gonna talk about panties.
And adrift submarines.
Yeah, drift submarines.
Fighting the Swiss Miss.
The black knight that it's
which is not
orbiting.
a sex toy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
bash some police officers.
we're gonna surprise a listener.
Yeah.
We're gonna call 'em.
So what we've done in the past is we've asked everyone if they'd like to join the show, to call in and just shoot the shit for a little bit. Since no one's done that, we're just gonna randomly call people now and put them on the show. So
if you're a listener and we have your phone number,
just
be prepared.
It's usually Tuesday or Wednesday nights about 8 or 9 o'clock. So
8 or 9. Such a lie. It's 9 or 10.
maybe 11. So let's kick it off.
We're gonna
we're gonna go into the hot zone.
All right.
All right. So if you woke up with a boner, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary, right? I mean,
No.
it's normal. If you you ate your breakfast and it was still there, would it be out of the ordinary?
Yeah. I mean,
You ate your breakfast and then got dressed and got in your car and drove to work and it's still there, would it be normal?
yeah, because I would have already tried to do something about it.
Beat it down?
Yeah.
Whip it? Yeah, so this guy, Jason Garnett,
Uh-huh.
this is in the UK too, I believe, right?
Probably. Let's see.
He's a 23-year-old man that woke up with an erection that refused to go down. In fact, his penis stood at attention for 17 straight hours. And if anyone could see the picture, like of the guy on this report, it's like some dude with his head sticking out of a tent. But anyway, he wakes up. That's what I don't understand. God, my freaking computer.
You're not doing this very sexy at all.
Yeah, it's not sexy to me. He went to his job after waking up with his boner at a hotel. Yeah, it was in Harrogate, UK.
So he's tucking it.
It's in his waist strap.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't say what he did at his hotel job, but I'm sure he was knocking shit off tables and stuff. Anyway, but around lunchtime he became concerned, which I would too. I would have been concerned before I left the
Around
house.
lunchtime.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on what time he wakes up, but
You know how people walk into meetings like, God, my head is killing me. I'd be walking in, God, my dick is killing me. What's the matter? I've had a boner for 4 hours. You know what I mean? But anyway, this guy went for a jog and took an ice bath and still didn't subside. So I guess he went and talked to one of his friends. His friends started busting up laughing at him. Which
I gotta say something here. You went for a jog.
That's got to be a lie.
Yeah, I mean, how do you go? Number one, how do you run with that thing?
I feel dizzy. I don't know, man. That would be the last.
And you're wearing sweatpants?
That'd be
Or wearing shorts? I mean, all it is it's like a compass. It's like point. It'd
be one of the last
that's
choices of trying to.
I'm gonna go for a jog. No, the first choice.
Yeah.
Obvious choice.
Yeah, cut through the weeds.
That's right.
Weed whack. But anyway,
I don't know.
his friend, he tells his friend, which that's a little weird to me too. Like that wouldn't be my first choice. Maybe this guy didn't have a good support group or whatever.
If it's the guy that's in the picture,
he's got to go to his coworkers and be like, God, I've had a 4-hour boner or whatever. Anyway, they finally tell him to go to the hospital. They go to the hospital and they stick pins in his ding dong and drain 2 pints of blood out of it.
is this guy a horse?
I don't know, man. That's a lot of blood, right? Because we were talking about it.
Yeah,
That's like 2 glasses of beer.
Yeah, two glasses of beer.
Anyway, I guess that
16 ounces a piece.
What's a 16-ounce drink? Or I'm thinking of a 16-ounce steak.
60. That's a pound.
pound of blood?
Well, no, it was a 16-ounce steak. No, I don't know. Whatever.
Everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
16
ounces
1
pound
pound
of
of blood,
right?
I don't know. You're talking metric and normal now. 16 ounces in a pint.
I thought pints were. Oh my
Look,
gosh!
you got your
dude.
A, your B, your C, and your D. D's the biggest. So the guy, after they drained 2 gallons of blood from his ding dong, I guess back to normal, said other than the fact that seeing them stab my penis with a needle was a horrible experience, like something out of a horror film. The pain was 10 out of 10. I would think that having a
for 17 hours,
17-hour bruise would be, Yeah. He said it's completely normal now, apart from the fact that it looks like it's been through a war.
I've had that.
Dude, at that point, though, like if you're single and just walk up to a girl, like, I've had a 17-hour boner. What do you think about that?
I think at 4 hours, at 2 hours.
I got 1 hour,
Yeah.
dude.
I'd be
If
like,
nothing's
hey,
happening.
I need some help here.
Yeah,
Dial.
If I'm like brushing my teeth and
If you're single, you're dialing. You're dialing. You gotta do. If you don't have a girlfriend, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
hit up the Asian massage
That's right.
parlor or something.
I'm a little stiff right here. Can you work this out?
So, in the more serious news,
Oh.
Sweden
Mm-hmm.
claims 3 credible sightings on a submarine hunt that's been reported in their, I guess, their waters.
Uh-oh.
And I read today that they said that they reserved the right to take action, and then they're going to take offensive maneuvers today, like dropping depth charges and shit, because they think it's a Russian submarine. Russia is, of course, denying the whole thing, so they don't have any, ships in the area or anything. But there was a Russian supply ship off the shore of Sweden that once this thing was spotted, turned around and was like just floating outside of the boundary, where the international waters were. So they think it's Russian. I guess this has happened in the past. I read that.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny because when you think, even though Switzerland's got some
Sweden,
has got some. They've got. I don't know. You don't think tough when you think of Sweden.
you
right?
just think of like metal.
But you think of
like
but if you think of like
long-haired,
back in
skinny.
but if you think of back.
Oh, like history?
Yeah,
like the Vikings.
Swedes, like they're badasses. So Russia's over there floating around. All I can think of is it's like a big mistake, right? Like Russia's got some shitty ass boat that's held together. It's got like a Volkswagen parked on the inside with a propeller that goes on the back of it, and some guys inside that drunk running the motor, and they can't get it started or whatever, so they're floating around like, God, get us out of here, and that's what's happening. And the news is reporting it like, oh, Russia's floating around, like doing clandestine shit off the coast of Sweden. You know what I mean? But in reality, some dude's like, ugh, let's go.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I need more vodka, or whatever. And who's that? Oh, I totally lost my train of thought there. But wouldn't it be funny if that's what it was? And I guess it's not funny because it could be an international incident. But like, it's just a bunch of drunk hooligans on a boat floating around underwater, and
That's it.
lazy. Because think of the military, right?
Yeah.
They're probably like 20 years old or something. They got one dude that's like 25 who's like an old man.
He's in charge.
Yeah. Like, Commander, what do we do? Oh, relax. This happened 6 years ago. We're okay. We float around. They forget about us. We go. Go get cigarettes from front of boat. Bring back here to me. We'll start VW engine. Very good. German. Boat engineered for perfection. Not like Lexus.
For sale.
Yeah, for sale. 2008, 73,000 miles, $18,000. So
Probably not going to be an international incident. They're probably boys. They're probably just like, hey, we need to make some news. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
I do too.
What I think is interesting is like all these Russian sightings, right? And how it's being played up in the media.
Well, like Russia's like worldwide, man. Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, they're like big time, right? Now they're big time in us. They as soon as the Berlin Wall went down, they were like, but now they're back, right? At least in the last few years. I don't know. I mean,
you think it's a media sensation?
Probably. I mean, looking for a story
for what? For the next enemy, for the next big.
Well, I mean, maybe
boogeyman.
Maybe, maybe he's gonna be. Maybe they're supposed to be the world. Yeah, like this is gonna be that's the next place. No way, dude. I hope not.
That'd be a bloody war, man.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
So we'll kick it up a notch here.
Mm-hmm.
So I always hear about people that I don't always hear. Anytime I've heard about people going to get a
colonoscopy.
Yeah, colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like a big deal. Like, oh, I'm going in for my
colonoscopy. Just think about it.
Yeah, because you're about to get rotor-rooted by someone.
What exactly do they do?
They just stick a camera up your butt after you have explosive diarrhea for like 6 hours before to clean it out.
Really?
I think.
And
when are you supposed to start doing that?
Like, I'm probably supposed to start, and so I'm scared.
Well, if you do, you don't want to go to Dover, Delaware, because this guy went in to get a colonoscopy and woke up in a pair of fancy pink underwear.
Well, maybe I do want to go. Fancy pink underwear.
The man was an employee of the Delaware Surgery Center when the procedure took place in 2012. The suit that he's filing says the plaintiff initially presented for his colonoscopy. He had not been wearing pink women's underwear, and at no time did the plaintiff voluntarily, knowing, or intentionally place the pink women's underwear upon himself.
Do they knock you out whenever you get?
Hell yeah, dude.
They do? That's good.
I think.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. I've never had one. His suit claims he's suffering from emotional stress and wants to be compensated for lost wages, loss of earning capacity, and mental anguish.
Lost wages?
I don't know. I've got these panties on. I can't go to fucking work. Guys are going to laugh. They're going to ask me about my colonoscopy, and I got these fucking panties on. I don't know. I don't know what lost wages are. I just know that's pretty... What's funny is the guy that did it's probably got a pretty good sense of humor, but it's like, oh shit, this went a lot further than I thought. You know what I mean? Like, dude, just cool off. I'll slip you $100 if you just drop it. I just thought it'd be funny. You're all worried about this whole ordeal, so.
And now you got free panties.
Yeah,
we get these free from Victoria's Secret.
Or it could have been like one of those that Seinfeld episode where the dentist has sex with his assistant.
Is that Bryan Cranston? Is he the dentist?
Not Dr. Van Nostrand. I can't remember his name, but yeah, maybe the guy's nursing assistant, the woman, is like...
Yeah, but either that's a small guy or a big woman.
I don't know.
You think you could put your wife's underwear on without...
Oh, shit, no. I can probably get a leg in them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the setting there, like... Oh, isn't this romantic? Well, I don't even know if it makes a noise or not. I'm thinking of like cleaning pipes out of a toilet. It's gotta make a
noise.
Yeah. Well, in my head, it's like, oh yeah, put those panties on that patient.
Oh God, dude. How do you mash all the balls and all that in there?
Maybe that's how he lost his wages.
Them.
Couldn't walk around.
Just get rid of them. My gosh, dude.
See, the thing is, he's suffering
I guess
more
I wouldn't want to
emotional stress now filing this lawsuit than he would have if he just...
I'd just be like, I'd just go back there and be like, hey,
who the fuck put
whose
these
are these?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why do I have them on? I came in here with no underwear on.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So should we save next week about the shootout at the Canadian Parliament?
Ottawa?
We're going to do that. Let's do it next week because I haven't had a chance to read a lot of it. But
okay.
I mean, I think I have the gist of it, but kind of crazy times that all these soldiers are supposedly getting targeted by ISIS militants.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Is that what it was
because
supposed
2 days ago, I guess some guy drove a soldier off the road and killed him in Canada. And then I think he was in uniform. And then today, this happened. And ISIS has sent out that directive to kill military in the States in their homes and stuff. So, which is alarming to me, because how many times do people ask us if are you still in the military?
I was
You know
just
what I mean?
thinking that same thing in my head. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to shoot someone in the face if they try to
Yeah.
shoot at me or run me off the road.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't want my daughter to be
Yeah.
with me or whatever.
Yeah, well, neither do I. But anyway, we'll talk about that next week. Let's answer some questions and do a surprise phone call. 'Cause it
Sounds good.
Should be fun.
All right.
See if we can get Aaron on the line here.
If we can't get him, somebody's coming next.
Yeah, we'll just keep going down my phone list.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, what's happening?
you're live on the podcast.
Oh, you guys suck.
That's what you get for not calling us. We ask for people to call in, and no one calls in. So from now on,
This is how it works.
one.
Are you
I don't know-
eating
I don't
your
know if-
phone right now?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be each time or what, but we're going to do a surprise phone call.
I should have known better when you told me you were going to call me.
So we
we
got you on for a short segment. Yeah, what are you doing? Like your song?
Seriously, I'm sitting here drinking wine, watching Winnie the Pooh with my boy.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Is it,
Okay,
you're
so-
watching Winnie the Pooh with Connor?
No, not Connor, with Ian.
Okay. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have said his name on there.
I just closed everything on my computer.
All right.
So
Well-
we got you on for the Q&A segment of our podcast. So tonight's question, which how many other kids are present? Anyone that can understand what you're...
I walked into the other room because I didn't know what you were going to be saying.
Good man.
Okay. So our question of the night is, why don't most women sleep naked? What do I have to do to get my girl to sleep in the buff? And I'm glad we called you because I have no idea. This is...
Well, that's $1 million question. If I knew that answer, then I would be a happy man every night.
So you suffer from the same condition as this
Yeah.
question writer. As I believe that a lot of men do.
I think so.
Yeah.
But it's funny though,
I
is
think-
when you're younger, it was like the norm, right?
Yes.
It was. I think the problem is, and you guys are probably going to get me in trouble with this, but oh well. I think the problem is
why we
when you
called
say
it.
I do. When you say I do, everything changes.
Is that what it is? Or is it age, or is it just the nuptials?
I think it's the nuptials. I think age has to do a lot with it too. I mean, as a woman gets older, I don't think they're as secure with the way their body looks, so they want to hide it as much as possible.
That's
Yeah, but that's
I think that's counterintuitive to the whole idea. Like the more naked that they are, the more attuned they become. This is from the more attuned they become to the way their body looks, and then they become more confident about.
yeah,
the
I
way
agree
their
with
body
that
looks.
completely.
See, that's
And
that's
I think
me.
that same thing. I don't watch Oprah, but
Mm-hmm.
my friend told me that some people were on
friend?
Oprah. Yeah, this dude I used to work with actually told me this. I'm not lying. Watched a show about Oprah, about getting his wife to have sex with him more. And this, I don't know who it was, some sexual counselor or whatever said,
Dr. Ruth.
yeah, have your wife, or, walk around naked more, or wear sexy underwear to bed, or whatever, Because I don't know if the guy wanted to do it and the woman didn't, or what it was. But anyway, then it said the same thing, like the more in tune and in line with
See.
your own body that you become, the
I
more
could be a
sexy
sex
you
doctor.
feel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe we're going to change this podcast altogether.
Yeah,
So
but
what you guys are telling me is you guys sit around and watch Oprah all day long and trying to hide it up by saying a friend.
you don't. No. No, what? I don't think I've seen Oprah since she was she married to Phil
Since
Donahue?
she was skinny.
Yeah.
I think she was married to Phil Donahue.
And it was like
we
a
might be spreading lies.
daytime television show, right? Does she still have a TV show?
She's on. Unfortunately, I know this. She's on the Oxygen channel now, which is for women.
My favorite ones where she blows the money out of her ass on the audience. Tom Cruise breaks her hands or whatever.
Yeah, that's the best one, dude.
Which, I don't think that's really Oprah, but that's
he hops on the couch.
Yeah, starts humping her, chews the pillows apart, and then swings her around in circles and throws her at the camera.
Yeah, shoots lightning bolts.
That's who I think of Oprah when I think of Oprah. That's not even her. That's that mad TV actress.
I think of the president's wife when I think of Oprah for some reason. I don't know.
I can actually see that. That them two making you think of each other.
So how do we get our women in our lives to sleep in the buff?
I wish I knew, because I mean, I've tried everything. I've tried compliments. I've tried.
Do you want to put Ingrid on the phone?
She's actually asleep right now.
It's probably
thing for
thank
her.
God she doesn't listen to this either, right? Or does she?
I'm sure she'll hear about it.
Well,
I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys have done research on the line for ways to do this.
Well, the only thing I've read is the like you're saying, compliments and you gotta
And wine.
yeah, you gotta ease it in like a gentleman too. You can't just be like, all right, let's start sleeping buck naked. You gotta ease into it. It can't be like just cold turkey or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I will tell you one key factor is to not have kids sleeping in the bed with you.
Yes, I would agree with that. You know my other deal? I used to sleep naked all the time. I'm not sure if you guys want to hear about that, but I got to the point to where
Now you're scared.
I feel like, I got to be able to react.
Be able to run outside.
Yeah, so I think like if I'm running out front in my front yard with no shorts on, like I don't want to have to put shorts, because there was a time when I was in college and when we lived in those apartments over on, not together, we stayed in the same apartment complex, and one night I woke up and I kept hearing a horn honking like burp, 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 like that noise, and I was like, what the hell's that noise?
So somebody stealing my Jeep and you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. So I'd like staring out my window completely naked. Just completely naked. Then I see this guy climb out of this car, and he's got a handful of stereos in his hand, and I'm standing there, and I'm just kind of like, oh, but I can't do anything. Like if I run over and grab a pair of shorts, I can't see where he's going. So I basically walked over and got dressed and walked outside and checked my truck and went back inside, and that was it.
Well, I've actually got a story that goes along with that. I remember when I was probably about 18 or 19, and for whatever reason I had hurt my back, and in the middle of the night I couldn't get out of the bed to go to the bathroom, and so my mom had decided she was going to take me to the ER at like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning, and so my dad has to help get me out to the car, and as he's helping me get in the car, I look back, and he's standing in the front yard getting in the car completely nude.
Your dad is?
Yeah, my dad is. And I'm like, what in the world are you doing?
That's a good dude right there.
I know, that's awesome.
Solid dude.
Like, God, this kid's fine. I'm not putting my fucking pants on
So
for this.
Yeah, I'm talking completely, head to toe. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, this is just awesome. This is just awesome.
That is cool.
You're 18 years old and you turn around and you're just witnessing this. And you're just like, whoa, sweet. But a lot of that could be age, too. I mean, think about it.
Well, I was just
We're
thinking,
a different generation.
Well, we just need to get your dad on the line is what we need to do.
No, I'm good. It's because I'm old, I think.
I'm not old, though.
No, I mean, I don't sleep with any clothes. It's because we're old. Old guys don't sleep with clothes now.
You're not that old, Mike. I mean, you're not old enough to be my dad, right?
No, I hope not. Maybe.
Well,
but I mean, some of it's generation. I think it's generation too. I think the women that were, you'll find you an older woman.
Yeah, but if you get like real women, then they got the full like gowns and shit that I would strangle myself if I slept in that.
They don't need blankets. They don't need anything. They've got a
Look like a
sleeping
Victorian
bag
style flared dress.
Corsets.
Yeah. Like, what the hell is that?
It's an amazing that the Earth was populated in that time whenever they had all those clothes.
Oh, it's got to be ripe under there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's get.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Back in the day when there's no bathtubs or.
Oh God. Oh.
That might be like an attractant though. Back in the day.
I could believe that.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I'm not seeing it.
Aaron, you did a good job.
Yeah. Welcome to
For a prank call.
Welcome to the podcast. And who should we call next week?
Hey, anytime you guys need to call me, feel free to call me.
All right. You didn't even answer my question.
Yeah. We're not ever calling you again.
Hey, I added some good insight to your podcast. Now millions of people will watch.
If they watch this, that's going to
or
be
listen,
interesting.
sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right,
Wait
man.
for me.
Well, we appreciate
All right,
you being on. We'll talk to you
No
later.
problem. You guys have a good rest of your podcast.
All right.
Later.
Bye. So we don't really know what the answer to the night's question is. So if you know, you think you know, or you're a woman and you know, email us at expertheadx@yahoo.com and tell us why it's so difficult to sleep in a nude if you're a female.
Yeah, because clothes are annoying when you're sleeping. Like, you got blankets and sheets.
Unless you're ready to go do kung fu which, I mean, just like Aaron said, I obviously I'm over analyzing it. Like, fuck it, just walk out there naked. I can load my kid in the car at 1 a.m, buck naked, you know?
And how old did he say he was when that happened?
He was 18.
Did you imagine hauling his giant ass into a car?
No, I cannot. Aaron's enormous.
You'd grab one of his calves and...
So do we want to answer his question now or wait?
He sent a question after... What is this question?
Okay, question from the Swede. Most cops in smaller communities, Jinx included, have little or no education and seem to be on a power trip. Why is this, and how do we solve this issue?
Mm-hmm. So this...
and he's adding to it now as we're going. Not to mention all the cops that let teenagers... Oh, he's still typing. We're going to cut it at this one. Not to mention all the cops that let teenagers drive home safely after they pull them over and find out they're under the influence of alcohol. This good old boy system does not work. I have to agree with that. And I know someone dear to me got pulled over recently and was, I guess, legally drunk by... What's drunk? 0.8, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, 0.08.
Mm-hmm.
He was 0.08.
Mm-hmm.
So the cop's like, well, just follow me to the police station, and by the time you get there, which is cool. This is a cool thing to do, I guess. Just follow me to the police station, and when you get there, maybe it'll be below, and we can just let this all go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he gets there, and it's not, still 0.08. So in my head, if you're a cop and you've got enough sense to understand, like, this guy's not really drunk, he's at the limit that's, put out for everybody, but he's fine. I obviously trust him to follow me to the police station. Do I need to put him through all this shit just for 0.01% of alcohol in his breath? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to me,
so in the
take it let's see. Can you pass this test? All right, man. I'm gonna follow you home, and don't let me catch you doing this.
See, that's instead, like, okay, in the system that we operate in, right, which would be a liability issue, right? Let's answer the first part of the question. It's a 2-part question, right? So
yes.
read the first part again so that we can answer that. Because
it's like,
has he had too much wine?
yeah, it's nonstop now. Or the first part says, most cops in smaller communities, Jinx included, have little or no education and seem to be on a power trip. Why is this, and how do we solve the issue?
So I don't know if they don't. I don't know if they have little or no education. I can't say that for sure. it might be true, but I can tell you this, and we actually got I can't say his name because I don't want to, and I don't know if he wants this out there, but a friend of ours who's a lawyer he made a pretty good point in an email that we were talking about the other day, and it had to do with the culture of cops. And I know that we've said it on here a number of times, but it's all about retaining the dominant position, right? Mm-hmm. So when you're taught that, to retain the dominant position, and it makes sense, like in a excuse me, in a stressful environment, right? You want to be the cool head in there, but it doesn't mean that you, by retaining the dominant position, doesn't mean that you are the authority. Now, that you might be let me say that I'm saying that the wrong way. It's empowering them to have an authority over civilians, right?
Well, the thing is if you were in a...
And they're not trained well enough.
Well, if you're responding to a domestic dispute, yeah, you want to be in the dominant position.
Which, don't call the cops if there's a domestic abuse or a domestic...
if you are in a fight at a bar or something, you want to be in the dominant position. But if you are responding to someone's house because someone called 911 and said that there was smoke or something, there's no need to be in the dominant position. If you are, you know what I mean?
You don't need to kick the door in.
Yeah, if someone stole a Snickers from the Walgreens, you don't need to be in the dominant position. You just need to be level-headed.
I think it's just the culture that's being taught. I think that you could be as educated as you want to be. It's just the type of personality, right? You didn't pass a psychological evaluation to fit that.
No.
That.
I always think that people are like, yeah, I see he just hates cops because he couldn't pass the test.
No, I don't think that. I mean, I don't think that. I think that I truly believe that as far as IQ level, I think they don't want people that are going to question authority.
Well,
right? I mean, you wouldn't want somebody that's trying to look. That always pops right when it always tells me when I'm right. You don't want somebody that's going to question authority. It's just like privates in the military, right? It's like cannon fodder. I always questioned. I always be like, well, this doesn't make sense, and I'd always get my ass chewed. But I also made rank a lot faster than everybody else when I was in, right?
Yeah.
And it's because I questioned. It's because I was like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we doing it this way? This is dumb. And my squad leader would be like, right? And I'd be like, I'd ask my platoon sergeant, why is this? They'd be like, fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then, but when it come to getting something done, I'd do it the fastest way possible, right? But I'd be like, we're not doing it this way anymore because it doesn't make sense to the guys that I would be in charge of. Well, the same thing, like those people in that position, you would think that they want leaders, but they don't. They want followers. That's what they want. They want cops to be followers.
Yeah.
I mean that's not the type of people that you want to be out there. In a real situation, you want somebody that's a thinker, right? That says, "Oh, wait a minute. All right,
I do."
Yeah.
Well, like if I'm going to allow this guy to follow me to the police station, why not just allow myself to follow him home?
Right. Exactly.
Or if I'm going to, what we'll get into later, believe a drug addict's tip here, no, that's not right. We're not doing that.
Yeah. This guy's. We'll get into that.
I guess we always pre-talk before we post-talk. Whatever.
And then the second part of his question was, you already answered that.
Yeah.
And the third part of his question was,
he's stretching there. We're sleeping with the youth of the community. Come on, protect and serve, or fucking kill due to drunk driving. That wine's getting you, man.
Yeah, soon it's going to be questions about Winnie the Pooh.
Going to send a topless shirt of him, picture of himself. So anyway, send your questions into xbeerheadx@yahoo.com, and let's do some abuse of authority.
If they don't, though, what happens if they don't?
Stand by for a phone call if we've got your number. And some of your numbers are posted on Facebook if we're friends, so I may not even know who the hell you are, but you'll be getting a phone call. And you probably not even know who the hell we are. Who is this? You liked our Facebook page. I have no idea who this is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You dick. You dick. Show Dick some respect.
All right, so we're doing the Dictarian. Oh, just lost my email. So
We have a computer problems tonight,
yeah, we
too.
are.
What,
Oh my god!
what is that?
It just shrunk my whole screen, and I don't know how to fix it. All right, so treat or nasty trick. Denver police warn of pot-tainted candy. All right, so it goes back to the age-old, Halloween, like
Razor blades in your apples?
yeah, or acid on your
Needles
Jolly
in your
Ranchers and
Tootsie
stuff like
Roll?
that. Mm-hmm.
Dude, seriously, when I was a kid, I used to be terrified I was gonna bite into something that you know how like some candies got like an old peanut in it or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember a few times like biting into a Snickers because Snickers is the magic of the Halloween bag, and then like getting like a raw or not raw like an odd peanut or whatever. And like spitting it out and thinking like, oh shit, man, I'm poisoned. Like I'm gonna die. And I don't even think this ever happened anywhere, right?
No.
Like, has it ever been reported of people
I don't.
poisoning kids or putting needles and shit?
I think it's just fear mongering, and I really think like, all right, who is really going to take those gummy bears that they paid good money for, right? In Colorado, it to me it's this. It's the same thing as being like putting Jello shots in a kid's in a kid's.
Yeah, but you gotta pay more money for a Jello shot than a damn pot gummy bear,
right? Well, I don't know. Are you? How much are pot gummy bears? I figure they're probably pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Jello shot's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's nobody would put a Jello shot in some kid's. Hey, go there, partner.
No.
And then
I don't know. I mean,
why would you waste money and what?
so is the dictatorian the Denver police or the people giving out pot gummy bears to kids? And the other thing,
it can't be the people that are giving pot gummy bears to kids because that ain't gonna happen.
Well, the other thing, when I dump out my Walmart sack full of goodness and separate all the Snickers bars from everything, and I see a lone gummy bear in there, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Not to mention you could smell the damn thing. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Because I saw a few of those when I was in Colorado, and they smell like weed. Like, they look like gummy bears, but they smell like pot.
Do they come in like bags?
No, they come in little prescription bottles.
Exactly.
Some of my friends are like,
You gotta give
eating them
whole,
like a supplement in the morning. Like they're all passing them
Are
out
their
to
whole
each other.
day's ruined? I mean, 'cause
No, I
it'd
don't
be
think
hard
so.
For me,
I'm not keen on the whole thing. I don't know how many drops of Mary Jane goodness were on them. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I'm sure it's probably pretty good. I need somebody that's high right now to fix my computer.
I'm ruining your dictarian.
No, you're not. No,
But seriously, would you eat a
no.
Lone Jolly Rancher?
I mean, a kid might, but
Might as well have a bite taken out of it. Like, no, thank you. Set that over there with those candy peanuts and the whatever they're called. They're like clear packaging with brown stripes on it, and the candy's white. It's in a square. What are those?
I have no
It's
idea.
disgusting. Lemon heads.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. All I want in my Halloween bag is Snickers, Reese's, Rolos, Skittles,
I like
Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Pops, Twix, and some Sweet Tarts.
I like
That's-
sweet tarts.
that's
I like
probably it.
Reese's.
Smarties. Reese's, yeah, dude, I could eat
Yeah,
a
peanut butter and chocolate together is like it's gold.
When I was a kid, I was at one of my friend's house, and I decided I was going to make a giant peanut butter cup, right? At his house. Mm-hmm. My parents wouldn't let me do this shit at my house. So I took a bunch of chocolate. I don't know where I got this chocolate, and I put it in a bowl, and I put it in a microwave, right? So the idea was I was going to microwave it in the bowl and let it cool into the shape of the bowl, and then I was going to shovel peanut butter into the bowl and then put more chocolate on top, right?
So you're making a pie.
Yeah, like a peanut butter pie. Well, the chocolate wouldn't melt, so I was like microwaving the shit out of it till I started hearing it's still like stuff flying in the microwave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the bowl was not microwavable safe, and there were chunks of the bowl flying off in the microwave because I'd microwaved it too long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like half melted, half not. So then I was like, fuck, I got to get the peanut butter in there. before his mom gets home, right? So I'm dishing out the peanut butter in this bowl of chocolate, and it's just sticking to everything. There's chocolate stuck to the peanut butter. I got chocolate in the peanut butter jar, you know. And so I just put it in there, and then I start microwaving it more. The bowl's flying everywhere, and his mom walks in, like, and totally, she's the type of mom that would totally get onto you, you know, not just send you home to your parents. So she's like chewing my ass, and then me and my friend tried to eat it. It's horrible. Tasted like burnt, you know, had chunks of fucking bowl in it and everything. But in you know, can you imagine that, like a pie-sized Reese's cup?
I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, it's amazing to
I would
even
eat
imagine.
It. Sick. Yeah. So
anyway, so no one's gonna give your kids pot fucking gummy bears. So relax.
And it's your responsibility anyway.
Yeah,
let's
sift through these. Let's sift through these candies. And
if you find if you find a gummy bear, it's yours to keep.
You want to split this later?
Exactly. I mean, come on.
See where this takes us.
Be a whole lot of self-exploration and crying probably later.
Dad, look at my candy. I can't right now. I've been in this chair for 6 fucking hours.
Oh, what do we?
Let's do abuse of authority, because that's where I thought we were going.
Okay. You ready for it?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Georgia deputies shot and killed a man inside of his own home. That's right, his own house. Following an apparent bogus tip they received from a confessed meth addict and thief. This is what we were talking about earlier when we said we'll let you know about this. This comes from our favorite news outlet, the Huffington Post. East Dublin resident David Hooks, 59, was killed, according to Lawrence County Sheriff Bill Harrell, because he aggressively brandished a gun at the SWAT team that broke into his back door. But Mitchell Shook, a lawyer for Hooks, Hooks' widow, contends that the sheriff had misled the public about the shooting and raid, which turned up no drugs. The sheriff office,
For 44 hours they searched his house. 44 hours.
The sheriff's office obtained a search warrant, and this is where it gets shady.
Yeah, a little bit.
Based on a tip from a thief who claimed he had found 20 grams of methamphetamine inside a bag he stole from a vehicle at the Hooks home. Okay, so you got a car out front. It gets stolen by a crackhead. He gets pulled over. The cops find out it's a stolen car, find drugs on him. That's about to start playing a video. Find drugs on him. What would you say? Hey, I stole this car. I found these drugs in it. You know, I mean, why would you claim them to be yours? So, in all the the brilliancy of this sheriff's, Lawrence County Sheriff's office, they act on it. According to the warrant, Rodney Garrett claimed that he had thought the bag was filled with cash, but that he later discovered it contained meth. Garrett said that he then turned himself into the sheriff's office because drugs made him fear for his safety. Known drug addict, known thief.
Known meth head.
I mean, they're legit. Garrett, a known drug abuser, also stole a second vehicle, an SUV, from the Hooks' home.
He stole 2.
The word of thief shouldn't have been enough to obtain a warrant, the lawyer told the newspaper. He also disputes assertions that the sheriff's office had made about Hooks. Well, I don't know. Sheriff's deputies raided the home without identifying themselves. Shook said, which is the lawyer, contrary to their claims that they told, man, this is confusing, Shook and Hooks.
Shook is the lawyer and Hooks is the guy who's dead.
Contrary to their claims that they told Hooks they were officers with the search warrant, the sheriff's officer had also said they fired at Hooks for aggressively pointing a gun at them near the back door. But Shook alleges that the deputies blindly shot at Hooks through a wall without knowing who was there. When Hooks' wife saw men in dark clothing heading for their home at 11 p.m. on September 24th, she woke her husband up and told him that thieves who had stolen her SUV were back. He grabbed a gun and headed to the door. Deputies shot more than 16 times at him in his own house and his own backyard. Authorities searched his home for 44 hours but found no drugs. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Hook's family said he didn't use drugs or sell them. They said he ran a successful construction company.
Mm-hmm. So put yourself in that. Just stop right there and put yourself in his position real quick. So you just had two vehicles stolen.
Was it 2 vehicles or 1?
It said he stole 2 from them.
Well, either way, 1 or 2. If 1 vehicle gets stolen,
right? Yeah. So it said that he stole 2 from them, right? Okay. Which is odd to me. Like,
well, even let's say we misread it and it's just 1. I mean, still, you're gonna be on edge, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be wearing pants to bed.
Yeah, you're gonna be wearing pants to bed, and guns are gonna be right there, right? It just got stolen from your house, and if your wife wakes you up and's like, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and it's not like, honey, wake up. I think someone's out back. It's going to be, wake up, the people are back that stole the car.
So now let's think about this logically, how this should have happened. This should have happened. So
here's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, I found this in this guy's car. Woo, woo. Like, well, we're not going to listen to that guy.
Yeah. And you're going to jail. You stole this guy's car.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're going to go and talk to this guy.
Yeah. Like, hey, got your car. This guy said he found these drugs in your car.
Yeah.
And kind of just feel it out, right?
Right. And then you say, and then if there's legitimate concern, then you step back and you watch the guy for a little while, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't just be like, 20 grams. We're busting in the door and
park Cochise and Jones over across the street and have them watch them for a couple days.
Exactly.
See anybody weird cars pulling up? No, nothing. Guy came home from with a red box video and a 6-pack of beer on night 1, night 2. He fell asleep at 7 o'clock. It's fucking common sense.
It's easy. It's that easy, but
we got to act on it. Why do you have to act on it? If someone's using fucking crack already, they're going to use it regardless. If you off this guy, they're going to get it from somewhere else.
Exactly. And you just offed an innocent man.
Yeah, for absolutely nothing other than listening to a known fucking crackhead say. I mean, that's what scares me, man. I say it all the time. Like, anyone can listen to this podcast and say, those guys hate cops. I'm going to get them. And then say, call the cops on you. You get your fucking house raided with absolutely nothing needed. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Issue a warrant. Search your house for 44 hours for what? Find, and then not find anything. And
sorry.
And that's if. Number 2 story, they don't raid the wrong fucking house. Mm-hmm. Your next door neighbors are shoot and kill their dog, and then whoops. We're
it's
supposed
over
to be
here
next door, which just happened in Michigan, where the cops raided a wrong house in search of a wanted fugitive and shot a beloved 15-year-old dog. A 15-year-old dog. The officers came into the wrong house, shot the dog, told the owners they would take care of it, and then never returned the calls. A 15-year-old mixed breed dog, Chloe, was shot in the face. I guess survived. Chloe survived the shooting, but had to endure 3 surgeries and lost part of her tongue and a canine tooth. The police department said they'd take care of it and aren't going to. Imagine that. They're probably cleared of any wrongdoing, too. And the thing is, this shit is going to continue to happen. I'm glad that it's in the mainstream media right now, and even if it has, like I've said in the past, the racial, twist to it that everyone's putting it, like, oh, you can't be black, you're going to get shot by cops. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. This dude's fucking
white.
Mexican, isn't he?
Hooks?
Yeah.
He's just a white guy.
He's a tan as shit.
He's a construction worker outside.
David Hooks, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's white. He got offed by cops. It doesn't matter what you are anymore because they're out of control.
Because it's not a race thing. That's the thing, is it isn't. Maybe at one time it was, but now it's just a pure power and control thing.
It's out of control, man. I mean, it's seriously out of control. There's no personal accountability by police departments at all. If there's any wrongdoing, it's always cleared.
You don't hear of anything like a solution that's issued by, like, where politicians are like, well, we're going to try to, why, right? I mean, we're going to try to rein these in.
The DA, the cops, the judges, they're all on the same team. They're not going to make themselves look bad. The thing is, they need to have a civilian panel review all police.
Cops need to carry personal liability insurance if they're going to exist. And
Yeah,
guess what?
I think so, too.
And I think judges should have to carry it.
Doctors carry it.
I think that judges should have to, and people will be like, "Well, that takes the power out of their hand." Well, guess what? The power isn't supposed to be in their hand. There's no power. They're not supposed to have power. Power this, power that. Where is the power supposed to lie? They shouldn't exist in the first place, but they do, and this is the society that we live in right now. Until we have a culture shift, but somebody needs to hold them accountable. And what's the best way to hold those guys accountable?
Financially,
Right.
The thing is, though, is just like these. If something happens and it's awarded, like, oh, we'll come to a settlement. We'll get $300,000 out of the taxpayer money.
right.
It doesn't come from the police department. It doesn't come from anyone. It doesn't. The people that fucking shot and killed someone's husband doesn't come from their pocket.
Nope,
they
but
just go on working.
It would, with a personal liability. Guess what?
Because their rates will go up.
That's right.
The thing is, though, fuck that. I think some of these guys need to be criminally charged.
Well, I think that it. So the judge that issued the warrant
Should be criminally charged.
right? Because
second degree. I mean, he didn't intend for it to happen. Either manslaughter.
there should be a number of them that, like, so the sheriff that that was like, this is a good idea. We need to go do this, instead of being like, wait a minute. The best idea here is to cool off. Let's think about this a minute and use our brains.
But we got to act now because it's
we got
20,
all this
20 grams of meth.
And we have all this equipment that we just got from the military from Iraq that we got to use. Are you guys ready? Are you charged up? You ready? You fired up? Let's go.
Put your camis on. We're gonna go downtown.
We're gonna go. What is it? Was it snap some necks?
Oh, snapping necks and cashing checks.
Yeah, we got to do that, right?
Fuck, man, it's out of control, and more people need to realize it's out of control because there's really nothing to protect you from any kind of unwanted search and seizure that the Constitution protects. Ooh, we should talk about the storage
gym
unit.
teacher?
No, storage unit.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't talk about his name.
Well, that was from a different person, as a friend I know. Which, I mean, are we done bashing now? We bashed it enough.
Yeah.
So here in the wonderful state of Oklahoma, I know someone that owns a storage unit, place, which is basically, I guess they have storage units all over the country. I don't need to explain what it is. Yeah, those are
it's where you pay to put stuff that you
specific to Oklahoma. Anyway, you always see old cars out there, boats, jet skis, whatever, right? So this highway patrol shows up at this guy's storage unit and says he needs access to the storage unit place because he needs to take what is it? Not accounting. He needs to write down all the personal watercraft and boats that are being stored there.
He's going to account for them.
Yeah, account for them so he can report. I don't even know what the point is.
It was to report back to the Coast Guard.
Because the Coast Guard
funds the OHP.
Funds OHP, and OHP's so
well, that was his word. Right? The federal government funds them.
So, and the guy that I know that owns the place told him to beat it. He's like, you get a warrant, and you come back here and do that. And he's like, well, why won't you let me do it? All these other people did. All these other storage units, just let me in, let me, search the place. No problem. Why are you being like this? And he said, I guess, I don't know if he was on the phone or if he was there. He pointed to a copy of the Constitution he has in his office. And then the guy, he's like, I want your full name and your phone number, which to me, at that point, you can almost be like, I'm not giving you my name or my phone number because I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You showed up at my business, my private property, and want to do something illegal. I'm not giving you anything. You can look it up. It's public knowledge. It's not like it's hidden. But anyway, the thing that gets me is if those boats and jet skis and shit haven't been tagged for 3 years, 4 years, or whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah, they're not on the water. They're not breaking any law. I can have a boat out in my front yard.
I really, when I read that, I was like, why do they even need that? Like, and I guess number two was like,
it's all
what
number
were they
two.
Thinking? Were they thinking that they could just walk in there and just be like, hey?
They have, because everyone's conditioned just to do whatever any kind of fucking cop tells you to do. I'm here. I need to search your house. No, you're not. You're not searching my house. I'm done talking to you. I need to look at this. I'm an active investigation. Do you have a warrant? No, because if you don't, beat it. But he probably was blown away that someone stood up to him because
maybe they were looking for the other Sarnoff brother
in that boat.
Yeah.
And you're gonna shoot at him 120 times and not hit him. Only just accidentally shoot him in the tongue so he can't talk.
Yeah. A knife. You shoot him in the tongue with a knife.
Anyway, man, the thing, it needs to be throttled back. I don't want to take every bit of power or any kind of authority away where you can't do your job correctly. But the thing is authority is being practiced on in instances where it doesn't need to be practiced. Period. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I
guess no. In my opinion, what is their job? What was their role? And we've talked about it a number of times. What's the point of that? That whole thing was there's no getting around it. It's for financial or is it revenue generation?
Revenue generation. Yeah, that's all they're going to do. What else? What is what would be the reason of knowing what personal watercraft and boats are in storage?
Or what could it be even, I guess, more nefarious than that? Could it be just more...
Foot in the door?
Well, not even that. More nefarious than that. Just
added
patterning. Just saying, look, this is what you guys, walk around and do this. And see what you get. And the cop that's doing it, he's just doing his job. He's just doing what he was told because he doesn't question authority. He doesn't say... Man, this is fucked up. I shouldn't be doing this. Wait a minute.
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Hey, Sarge, why are we doing this? This is dumb. Oh, we're doing it
violates
because they told
fucking
us.
Rights is what it does.
They're doing it because they told us that we got to do this. But that doesn't make sense, right? Well, just do your damn job. Come on. And then he goes out and he's like, well, I got kids. Okay. All right, I'm going to go. He doesn't question, right? And so when he doesn't question... He just fits the bill, man.
Why do you have a handcuff key?
Yeah. Why do you have a handcuff key? Exactly.
Fucking bitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That refers back to another episode.
Yeah.
So listen.
We'll do that next week, right?
Hmm?
Did we already talk about
We already talked about that, right?
Did we? I don't think we did.
Oh, we talked about that at dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to save it? We
No,
bashed cops enough. Let's do some words of wisdom and
right.
make people happy.
All right. Okay, sounds good.
Words of wisdom.
Virginia delegate Edmund Randolph, who lived from 1753 to 1813. A people who mean to be free must be prepared to meet danger in person and not rely upon fallacious protection of armies.
Yeah.
Layman's terms. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Words of wisdom.
I love that music. I want to keep listening to it.
I'm glad you like it.
So, I guess this was last week, right? That this mystery spacecraft landed in California at Vandenberg Air Force Base, the X-37B, which resembles a mini space shuttle. What'd you call it? The Black Knight?
No, that's what I was. We talked about the Black Knight that had been orbiting the satellite. That had been orbiting.
How can these guys fly this? There's no windshield.
Dude.
We don't need roads.
Yeah. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Okay, just what the plane was doing has been subject of some spectacular speculation. Is that an actual correct sentence? Spectacular speculation?
Probably.
So it lands 2 years after it's been in orbit for almost 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's theories that it's carried a payload of spy gear in its cargo bay. Like, what the hell? Why
it's just hauling spy gear around?
We got spy gear in the trunk. Other theories say that the spacecraft would be able to capture satellites of other nations or shadow China's space lab. I didn't know China had a space lab.
What are they doing in the space lab? They're eating with chopsticks. I guarantee it.
Making that fake
good
food that you sent on Facebook the other day. Was that wax?
I have no idea.
It looked real. And I wanted to eat it, too, is the thing. It's like, I want to look like chewing up wax lips or something.
Was that racist to say that they're eating with chopsticks?
Probably.
Why is that racist?
I don't know. There was
not racist.
There was an NBA announcer that got in trouble for calling that huge Chinaman a Chinaman one time. Who's a big tall guy? Mong, or what's his name?
Mao Zedong. No, that's Mao Zedong. Mai Ling. No. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The
that
big
18-foot or 8-foot
the
tall
guy that
roadblock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him a Chinaman, and they
Why
said
is
that they said it was racist. I don't know,
Really?
because it's like a Dutchman. Are you Dutch? Are you Dutchman or a
Oh, I guess so. Oh, so because you don't want to.
Chinaman?
But he was from China.
Yeah, and he's a man, China man.
I guess because of the connotation. Whatever.
We don't have many Chinese listeners, so
Well, I mean,
I don't
and I'm
think
not being.
I don't think Chinaman's racist at all. It's just
We're
a fucking
saying
term.
Chinese or chopsticks. Is that because? I mean, I don't know.
Would you be
I've never
pissed
been
off
to-
if someone said, "I bet those
Well,
Americans up there were eating with forks"?
No, I'd be like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Unless
It's a
they're eating
fucking
Chinese food, then they're eating with chopsticks. I like to eat with chopsticks.
Not me. When I'm eating Chinese food, dude, I can't shovel it in my mouth fast enough with chopsticks.
I love pad thai. That's Thai food, but it's
I was gonna say, there's no other Chinese. It's funny is we went to a Chinese restaurant, a real Chinese restaurant in New York. And there's no sesame chicken on the menu.
those bastards.
I know, like that's Chinese. That's like straight out of Hunan.
Straight out of Hunan.
Seriously,
Straight out
if
of
people get their
Locash.
butt hurt from saying chopsticks, like,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
Fuck
sure
'em.
that our listeners.
fuck them. Okay, so this X-37B program, I guess, has been covered by several federal agencies. NASA, which I didn't even know. I thought NASA was disbanded.
It was, but now it's secret.
It was
Maybe
like
they disbanded it a few years ago to make the secret plane.
So the plane's been in space for a total of 674 days, far more than its two previous flights, which lasted 225 days and 469 days. I don't know.
So it's been around a while.
Yeah. 2 years in orbit, though. Were people on it for those 2 years?
If they were, you'd figure they'd come out like jellyfish.
Well, if they were, they actually are in the future because time.
That's right. It
moves.
slows down.
Yeah.
Wait.
No,
Yeah,
it speeds up.
They're in the past. No, wait a minute. Yeah, no, wait. They don't age.
That's right. They are.
They're-
They are younger than
They're
we
younger
are.
than we are. Well, it's a relative term, I guess.
So both of the missions ended at this Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, and
All of them launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida.
and what is the what was the previous podcast we talked about the Black Knight? That's a satellite though that's supposedly
Well, nobody
orbited the Earth since prehistoric times. Though,
sound
right?
wave from Transformer.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, I mean, it's that's the story, right? It's a
Yeah,
ancient satellite from
Right.
previous.
And it's supposedly controlling us by sending. It's supposedly controlling everybody.
The Black Knight.
Yeah. It's actually. So the idea behind it is it's actually not. It's a fallen angel. But
Not a
it's-
satellite.
Yeah, mhm.
Well, can you see it?
Nah, some people say they have.
So is this aircraft a fallen angel?
No, he's just a real. I just was making a reference to the Black Knight.
So like, there's no known or there's no confirmed like use of this thing, right?
Well, no, they say that like one of this. That's why it's so fishy, right? They say one of it's like troop transport, like to places around the world in just mere hours.
Oh, it's unmanned.
Yeah,
got
it's
an-
small
It's got an experiment bay, hydrogen peroxide tank for
in case you get hurt.
in case you get a cut.
Put it on it, bubbles. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. It's kind of
Well, I was just thinking like 2 years in space would be bored as shit.
yeah, especially in that thing, right? So if you don't know what it is, look it up. What is it called? It's called
X-37B.
Orbital Test Vehicle.
Well, I don't understand what the which this isn't really informative to our to our audience, but like what would be the big deal if it had spy gear in the cargo bay?
I don't know.
It's like putting it in a time fucking capsule. It's not doing anything. It's just getting dusty.
It's got
we got it in the back seat.
Got a couple iPhones up there, and
it's in the troposphere, flying around in the X-37B rocket. What's it doing? Well, it's just flying around.
Wait.
Spy gear.
It says it's too small to carry people on board, but does have cargo bay similar to that of a pickup truck. So you could throw like a couple of dudes in the back, or one Hawaiian.
Yeah, that was racist too. But this other picture where they landed, they got two guys in Ebola suits by it. Why the hell would they be wearing that after it landed?
That's a good point. Maybe they're the ones that are dropping the dragon particles, right? And that's why you're sick. That's why.
Did we?
Did
we explain that already?
If you haven't listened to that episode, it's back. It's a couple back, 3 back.
So the dragon particles, the extraterrestrial, particle, right?
Seeding us to weaken our immune systems, so you could give birth to the Antichrist.
It's an egg.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is like this.
Or his egg.
Is it? If this space shuttle's the seeding device for the dragon particle, like what? How? That's like the egg came before the chicken, or whatever. Chicken came before the egg. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe what it is. Maybe
no one has any idea what we're talking about. Right now.
Yeah, well, we have a couple episodes where we bomb. We're generally pretty good.
I got a request for a show just about aliens, so that'll be the next one. Have we talked about aliens, haven't we?
Yeah,
I talked about getting nailed by them tonight.
Yeah, we could talk about like alien. We just got a request.
Yeah. This X-37B tinfoil hat's going down the tube pretty quick.
It was already in the tube. We kind of slammed it together.
I don't know, because it's weird, but
we're riding on our laurels from the last episode.
But I don't understand what the top secretness of it is. I guess unless it's doing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like why are those guys in Ebola suits?
I don't know. It reminds me of that movie, the Andromeda strain or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called. I always wondered if there's like some weird virus or whatever in outer space. You think that?
Possibly.
I mean, on some moon dirt or whatever, and you eat some
foreign
dust.
To us.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about it. Like if you eat dust on the moon.
I mean, if you did.
Oh.
I don't know how you get it in your mouth with your suit on.
Unless you brought it inside, and then we're like, man,
who tracked this moon dirt in? Let me get a bite of that.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what if they were bringing anything back from Mars. I don't know, man. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like when you look at all that stuff from Mars, and I've seen some pretty wild videos about like videos from Mars.
From who?
Yeah, exactly. Like apparently there's stuff out there that says, it's obviously unclear, but it shows.
Wait, videos from Mars?
Yeah, from that.
Isn't there only one camera on
rover,
Mars right now?
Yeah, that rover.
So there's only one source of videos, right?
Right.
Oh, is it found some shit?
Well, they said there's structure and stuff like that.
Thigh bone or whatever that they found in the
giant.
No, there's like a one thigh bone somewhere.
Thigh bone's connected to the.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is.
Wait a minute, they found a thigh bone on Mars?
Well, it's up for a debate because it could be a rock. You know what I mean? Oh. And then I've seen a picture of a little lizard or something, or a rat. But I don't know if it was really.
Everything lives under the ground on Mars.
How do you know?
I watch videos. They're bona fide.
See, that's the thing, though, man. I watch YouTube video, and I'm like, well, this is legit. And then you can watch something that completely debunks it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't like. We could make a YouTube video right now, like, and Mars. Everything
XB-37 flew to Mars.
Yeah, everything actually lives in the mid levels of the atmosphere. You know what I mean, or whatever.
We could.
You don't have to back it up.
No, yeah, I mean, because we don't go to Mars.
Like I watched that one video here recently about the Merkaba and all that.
Well, they came from Mars.
Thoth and they're Martians. Mm-hmm. They were mainly male-dominant species.
Yeah, or they were just driven by ration logic. They didn't have any tie to their emotions.
Yeah. Anyway,
they didn't understand.
Totally
the female
confusing.
Species.
But
so we're already transitioning to the aliens.
You believe in aliens?
I don't know, man.
I want to. I mean, I don't understand how the entire universe and its unending space or whatever cannot have life in other areas.
Yeah, like that's it. Like, so alien. What do we consider an alien? Like, is it a living
from not here?
Anything that's foreign that's alive, right?
Yeah.
So
not foreign, not
foreign
earthly.
from Earth. Meaning.
Yes, correct.
So, like, those dragon particles are foreign from Earth. They're above. They're outer space.
Yeah,
and they contain life.
But is that verified?
Yeah, I mean that's why they collect them from they collect them off of the they probably collected them right there off that X-37B.
That's why they get the suits on.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
there was a video
up by these aliens. I'm starving.
There was a video though, like with was it Buzz Aldrin and those other cats?
They're talking about Toy Story.
Buzz Lightyear. It was with Buzz Lightyear and what's the other guy's name?
Woody.
And they're out on the they couldn't explain, they were talking to Houston and they couldn't explain these 16-inch a 16th of an inch particles that just kept like gathering near their windows.
Really?
Yeah, and if you just Google that, and you can listen to the conversation between Houston and him, and he's like, "Well, it's just strange." I'm like, "Well, yep, mm-hmm."
Huh? I haven't even heard that. I have to watch it. To tell you the truth, though, like if like I don't even know who would do it. Like if they came out and said, like, "Look, guys, aliens are real." I mean, would you freak out? I wouldn't.
No.
That's like, that's what I figured.
Didn't we talk about this though? Oh, my whole apocalypse theory about softening you up to aliens, so that they're actually fallen angels and demons, and like all those videos that they show of those like spacecraft. You've seen those ones where their lights are changing, like, and it's changing shape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they can change shape. Well, apparently, according to one YouTuber, right, fallen angel can change shape. It can break the laws of physics. Because
the thing is like, it seems like
it doesn't adhere to our dimensional physics, right? So it can. This is gonna sound absolutely crazy because I don't know what I'm talking about, but can change shapes and it can morph into different things, right? But it has a hard time doing it, and sometimes it'll get stuck in that transitional phase.
What's funny I've noticed is like countries seem to have like, you know, like a legacy of their UFOs. Like Mexico always has UFOs always look like flying garbage. Mm-hmm. You notice that? They're like shifting around and stuff. Looks like a bunch of garbage bags tied together or whatever. You know, and then we got UFO, you know, the flying saucer or whatever. And then
that's the same with like the Nazis too.
UK had the triangles, you know, flying black triangles or whatever. So it's like, that's what makes me question, like, well, that's just people saying the same shit that they saw. But if you see videos on the internet, you know, I've seen videos like you're saying where it's like stuff changing shapes or whatever. Like that one I sent you that looked like a bunch of crosses in the air.
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
one's creepy.
But I totally...
It's like Bigfoot pictures to me.
Well, I'm like, that's fake because the guy's got like 60 million videos of UFOs. Like I've never seen anything like conclusive that I was like, that was a UFO. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, so it's hard for me to believe, like, I can't see any, and I'm always looking for them, and this guy can just find them all the fucking time.
Yeah, all the time. That's why whenever you do see them, they're never like 100% clear, or it's always like focused in and out, and it's just like the Bigfoot pictures, man.
Yeah, take your time, take a breath, take a picture.
It's not that hard.
We talked about the Bigfoot pictures, the real clear one video that blinks at you or whatever, right? Yeah, we had those on here. It's like, because I saw it on TV, I was like, holy shit, man, this is it. And then I watched it a little bit more. I'm like, that's not real. I mean, is this too...
A blinking Bigfoot?
Yeah, it's like from me to the door here, and it's in the woods, and it's like, but it doesn't move any other part of its body.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
You know, it just looks fake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if anyone ever actually gets actual photographic evidence of something, it'll be like, okay, yeah, that's obviously... But, I mean, I've seen videos of UFOs on YouTube. I'm like, there's no way to explain what you're looking at here. When you got you ever see the one that was over Israel? Mm-hmm. And like sitting there, and it shoots up in the air, and then that old bags in the background. Yeah, we got those in Georgia, or whatever. Like, shut the hell up, lady. Don't have that, you know. I mean, and the one that closed down Chicago O'Hare because it's floating over the end of the runway or whatever. Like, how do you explain that? But it goes. A lot of
them over Phoenix too.
Well, this comes and goes out of your one ear out the other. People forget about it. There's one in China did the same thing, shut airspace down. Like, I don't know what it is. That's something,
right? So that goes back to, are we being? That's a good topic. Maybe this tinfoil hat should be about that. It's like desensitization.
So it's not X-37B rocket. It's going to be desensitization. Desensitization.
Like, do we become desensitized to things like that?
I'm not.
Is it because? Well, think about it for a minute. Because, I mean, it's not like we're like, well, that's Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? Because we see Transformers, you know, or because we've seen so many things on TV about it. But let's roll back like 60 years or whatever, and if you saw some crazy stuff in the sky, you know, that would be something like, holy shit.
When? Like,
go 60 years back, 70 years back.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you saw something
I'm scared I'm going to get a bunch of music on this from opening this page up.
Oh. You know what I'm saying though?
Like, you think we're desensitized now? I don't know if
Do you think that's possible? Do you think it's possible to be desensitized through?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you agree with that,
how am I older than Kim Kardashian?
I don't know.
See, there it is.
Turning up the Tamar. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're right, because, well, I just think it's because I'm older. Like, if I was younger and someone told me aliens are real, I'd be like, holy shit, you know. But well, now I'm just like, well,
we offer explanations for them all the time, right? We say, wow, well, it's just the military doing an experiment. And then things like this X-37B come out, and we're like, oh, well, we didn't even know about that thing. It was flying around for
2 years.
For 2 years. That could have been a spaceship that we thought. The deal is that the thing looks just like the
space shuttle.
The space shuttle, just a small version, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe it is desensitization, but they're... Is that right? Desensitization.
I don't know. You're desensitized.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But
it doesn't, you know, because that whole argument of desensitized, like, well, that's why we have so much, you know, people just ruthlessly killing other people and stuff like that. Well, see, in my head, because I'm crazy, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that like that, because I think it all, everything comes together. It's like a beautiful mind in my brain, right? Like, it's all one big plan. You know what I mean by that? Like,
see, if that's true,
but I have to believe that, because I believe that I believe that we have a creator, and that we also have a guy, because I believe in the devil, right?
But my thing is, you know how you've been kind of stressed out about that lately? Mm-hmm. Like, if it's gonna happen, then
yeah, there's not anything I can do about it other than try to wake people
demons up. And like, yeah, well, it's coming true. Just keep on keeping on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean there isn't anything you can do about it other than be like, "Ha! I told you so."
Yeah,
I guess that's it.
That's the thing is you want to say.
I want to be that guy that's like, "You see? No, the ultimate I told you so. It was the devil the whole time."
But it's really.
But people,
oh shit!
you know, whenever people say, "Well, that's only a non-thinking man's," response is that it's the devil. No, I think it's a ultimate thinking man's response, because what happens is you take all of this stuff and you say, well, okay, I explain it this way, but I still think that it's influenced by this, and I still think that it's influenced by this, and I still think that it's influenced by this, and it's just a big patient game that's happening, right? Because eternity lasts forever, right?
Yeah. So,
sure, it could be this and it could be that, but ultimately, what does it boil down to? Like, is it just one big hoax?
I think it's this.
Yeah. Let it breathe. That goes back to that's words of wisdom right there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Unanswered questions.
You're rolling me back.
Just gotta keep on. I keep listening to it, don't you?
Yeah. Now I'm good. All right.
All right.
We'll kill the tinfoil hat. We'll have a better one next time.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Let's Ode to Women.
All right.
Oh my God, Becky! Look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends.
All right. Ode to Women. This week goes to a happy woman, because attitudes go a long way. Like, there's really a lot of truth to be said that, like, why is that girl so attractive or whatever? And it's like, it's because she's got a good attitude. You know what I mean?
And so it does come down to personality.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, yeah.
So
you made a good statement the other day whenever you were like, like you could be in a situation. I'm gonna box you in. You could be in a situation where everything's falling apart, and it's there's the woman that you're with or whatever. It's just like, it's all good. Whatever we got to do, we got to do it. That goes a long way.
Well, it's the we're driving down the road and it's pouring down rain and the roof of my car just blew off, and instead of like, oh my God, I'm getting fucking wet, it's this is fun, huh? Or like we don't take showers tonight or whatever, It's
because you're reactive to it, and you know what I think about that? I think that it has to do with like your role. You know how we were talking? Was that us talking about that about
probably
men
you
and women?
That new co-host.
Oh yeah,
Macau.
Yeah, that's right,
Mako.
But like how you feel, like as a man, you feel it. You do. It. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but you feel responsible, right? You feel responsible for her.
Yeah.
And so if she's like flipping out, then it puts you on. You're like, oh God, But if she was just like, well, this sucks, but then you're like, hey, you can.
I don't want to turn this homo, but I appreciate that quality in my guy friends too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
Uh-oh.
I don't want any like dramatic bitching about shit that's out of my control. You know what I mean?
Unless it has to do with the apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
it's
just
like
interesting, right?
Yeah, just.
Or am I not your friend now?
I don't know how to explain it.
No, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like if you're sitting there soaking wet,
coming unglued, just bitching,
covered in mud for whatever reasons, and your truck stuck in a big mud hole, and you can just look over at someone and just like laugh and like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's a lot more.
It's more appealing
than someone like, how are we gonna get the fuck out of here? Why'd you drive in this mud hole? Like. We're past that point. You know what I mean? We're stuck in the middle of the fucking woods right now in a mud hole. Might as well laugh about it,
Exactly.
So the attitudes go a long way. Has to go along the lines with that girls with the gravity resistant butt at the gym.
Yeah, I agree.
There's this. She's somewhat attractive girl at the gym.
She's got a bad case of.
She's got a big butt, and we've said it defies gravity because it seriously looks like it's lifting off. Like it's like someone picked her up by it. It's about to pick her up.
I'm
off
starting
the
to
ground.
think that she's wearing something.
Well, I thought she was pregnant, right?
I thought she was too,
and she's not anymore. Or maybe I'm just completely out of it. And she was just
faking pregnancy, and she had a big belly.
I don't know.
And now it's.
But anyway, that girl's attitude walking around is just. It's almost just like now we're making fun of her instead of saying like, "Oh, she's an attractive young lady."
Yeah, we wouldn't even bring it up on the podcast.
Yeah. But her looks like someone put a plate of dog shit under her nose, and she's got that like, oh,
bitch face.
Stinks. Yeah,
just call it what it is.
But it's not a resting bitch. Well, maybe it is. You know, the whole resting bitch face thing. But it's like an attitude
I see what
that
you're
goes
saying.
with
It's not a permanent fixture.
No.
It is an attitude
because it's just like I don't know. It's not even any kind of.
So maybe some of our listeners might think look at it hear this and be like, well, it's because you two knuckleheads are looking at her butt all the time, and she's just sick of it. Well, no,
it didn't start out like, hey, look at this, you know. And plus, it's so sneaky. There's no way she can tell.
And
she's using the mirror. And it's not like we're just staring at it the whole time. She's in there, walks by or whatever, and like just glance at it. I mean, it's not. It's weird.
But
defies
immediately
gravity.
You're like, ugh.
Yeah, because she's got that fucking attitude with her. It's almost to the point like if she said, "Hey guys," like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, I'm over here. I'm gonna go get out of here and eat some gummy bears. But anyway, so ladies, if you've got like a happy, good attitude, it makes you stand out amongst
twice as attractive.
Yeah. Always smiling. Always smiling.
Dancing.
Ballyhoo and tomfoolery. All right. Now let's bitch.
All right, there we go.
You know what sucks? This does. It really does. Suck.
I'm going to list this off, then we'll go into a deeper discussion. So low T, low testosterone, associated with what? Male pattern baldness?
I'm not
rotundness?
Sure. Yeah, I think rotundness in the...
One of our friends said, because we said maybe we've got low T.
Yeah.
Because someone at the gym said he has low T.
Yeah. Well, I was just wanting the testosterone shot so I could get...
roided up.
Yeah.
I think you could go to any doctor's office and they'll tell you you've got low T.
I think, yeah, it's probably...
You'll be walking around with a 17-hour hard-on like this first guy.
That might not be bad.
Dude, you're going to have all that. I can't imagine.
Because I would get it knocked out immediately.
Well, it's like having a tourniquet on your arm for 17 hours. You know what I mean? So low T. I don't know. Are you going to go get checked out?
No.
I'm not either.
Maybe.
I don't think I have low T. I was flipping out on the way over here today, driving.
Yeah, I'm not. Wait, that would be you have high estrogen, though, right?
No.
Oh.
It's like aggressive behavior
over
something
I'm good then.
Pointless. Even when I got here, I was like, God, man, relax. All right. I don't understand. Oh, I skipped one. Shingles.
Yeah.
I had a little scare earlier this week. I thought I had shingles because, my alien pregnancy was initially diagnosed as shingles because my stomach's getting hurt.
Yeah.
That
It
sucks.
doesn't. You don't have... I've had the
You've had shingles?
Skin. No. I haven't had shingles, but my stomach skin bothers me
really
periodically.
I was really let down because not let down. I didn't have it, but when I thought I had shingles, I was like, might as well be eating prunes and be constipated, drinking Metamucil or whatever, Ensure for breakfast.
What are shingles though? Like, what do they do?
Blisters that form from your nerves.
So what? Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the chickenpox virus that like reactivates and it travels along a nerve path and
just on your stomach.
It's usually on one side of your stomach by the rib cage.
Yeah, that's what I feel like I had shingles then.
Only attacks one side. No, you can tell. Like
it
they
only
get blisters
every once in a while?
And then they blister up and then it leaks out fluid and then they scab over.
No, I
but
don't
people
have
get them on
shingles.
their face sometimes.
I don't have shingles. Then.
And it's like extremely painful from what I hear. Like they give you codeine and stuff to deal with the pain.
Those gummy bears, Colorado gummy bears.
Yeah, exactly. So then you could get lost wages, like if you woke up with a pair of panties after a proctology exam or
Do they check that for if you have shingles?
What, your colon?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Throbbing prostate?
No, but I did see when I was reading like all the signs and symptoms of them. I was like a medical expert this week, so I was trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
WebMD in them?
Yeah. And you can get a megacolon from it.
From shingles?
Yeah.
Mega.
I don't even know what the hell it is. I even Wikipedia'd megacolon, and I think it just means big butt. But
so that's what Kim Kardashian
megacolon, huh?
That's what Kim Kardashian and
she
Nicki
had
Minaj,
shingles.
She had shingles.
Megacolon.
Megacolon.
That should be a name of a sandwich at like a fast food place. What, the megacolon?
It's a big giant beef sandwich.
What's this hurt feelings about?
I don't remember why I put that in there.
It's about the balls in the water?
Might have been about balls.
I don't want to talk about that.
I think that might have been what it is.
To save that for a more boozed up episode. Already warm toilet seats. Why don't you describe that? That is sad.
Yeah,
that does suck.
That was a.
I have sat on a toilet seat that's warm,
Yeah,
but I don't put an ass gasket down.
Oh, I do since there's
the Ebola scare.
No, there was a
an incident.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But we'll talk about the.
Whoa. And it.
Yeah, so I was in one of those. All right, well, let's. So prior to me starting putting those gaskets down, right? This was a few years ago. I had a megacolon sandwich. And I was running in there, and I was dancing, and I sat down on the seat, and it was wet.
Oh, it was just pee, right?
Yeah, but it was somebody else's pee. It bothered me.
Yeah. That's gross, but it's not like you sit and shit.
No, I didn't. But it was enough for me to be like, dude. So double check.
I always wipe down the seat with toilet paper like it does something.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I mean, I don't know. But
what I don't understand is
the gasket.
No. Huh? Like when I put it, anytime I've used a gasket, it just slides around the whole time.
Mine gets stuck usually.
Your legs.
Yeah, my leg.
Yeah, I've been there.
But no, so the.
I'm going to ask you this because this has always been confusing. I don't understand. Like, and someone out there has got to do it. Like, who's the guy that just shits all over everything?
I have no idea. Like,
you know what I mean?
And then they just they haul ass.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I've shit all over the place.
They got that. What it was they're like, oh my.
I've got to get out of here before someone walks in there and sees us. Like, because seriously, like, I walked in the bathroom the other day and there was shit on the wall.
Yeah, like how does that happen? Office. Are they wearing like a diaper and it just shoots out the back? What's going on there? How does that happen?
The only thing I think of is it's like they're pushing on the way down or something.
They're got nitro on. They want thrusters.
So it's like an arc. But seriously, like I'd never walk away from something like that.
I wouldn't do that. And I mean.
But it's everywhere. Like, I've seen it everywhere. Like I said, I mean, you and I both work in offices. It's not like working in a shop or something.
Yeah.
It's so some dude's like in there, oh, man, I've been in this meeting for 6 hours. I got to step out for a second. And then I'm going to go in there and shit on the wall and then walk back into my meeting. Like,
because...
Yeah, we'll sign this deal with you. Congratulations. I shit on the wall in your bathroom. I'm going to catch the next plane out of here to Houston.
I'm not sure. I totally am not sure. Like, it's texturing the wall.
I wish sometimes I could play what's in my head. I just imagine some bigwig from some big corporation walking in your office and like you're sitting there schmoozing them the whole time and like, all right, well, let me think about it. I'm going to step out for a second. Walks in the bathroom, pulls his pants down, just bends at the waist, and shits on the wall, and then walks back in there. Looks like we got a deal.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then someone comes in there like,
who did this?
Yeah, the copy guy.
had to be the guy, the
IT
mailman
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't the CEO.
I think if I was a CEO, I'd do that. I'd just walk around and shit on people's walls, take it up. Well, looks like you guys run a tight ship here. I'm going to hit the head before I take off, though.
Oh.
All right. Did you finish your story? Or I totally cut you off?
No, and then I throw today, I go in there. This was today, so I go in there, and this is when I was sending you those texts. But, yeah, so it was the type of guy that you might think that would cover the walls, had just left, right?
Yeah.
And so the bathroom's packed. But I didn't see him come out of that one. I thought that I picked the right one that nobody had just been in, because this guy was a giant.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that he was in the smaller stall, right? The more confined space. So I was like, all right, this is the one I'm gonna head to. Put my gasket down, sit down, and the seat was warm, like warm. He'd already warmed it up, and I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me, because the guy looked like the type of guy that was like unclean. Yeah. I don't know. That sucks, though.
It does suck. All right, let's do a classified, and then I'm going to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Freaky dicky, baby. Freaky dicky, baby. Classifieds. Let's get it on. Time to get freaky dicky, baby. Classifieds.
This hits pretty close to home because you and I both tried to up our stretching game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It never seems to
materialize.
We can never
feel like I'm walking around with a stapled leg,
stretch for like
half to my hamstring.
10 minutes once a week. Anyway, so this Craigslist ad comes to you from Seattle, titled "Yoga Mat for Sale, Used Once." Yoga mat for sale, used once at lunch hour class in December 2009. Usage timeline is as follows: 11:45 a.m. Register for hot yoga class. Infinite wisdom tells me to commit 5-class package and purchase a yoga mat. I pay $89.74. Money well spent, I smugly confirm to myself. 11:55 a.m. Open the door to the yoga room. A gush of hot, dry air rushes through and past me. It smells of breath, sweat, and hot. Take spot on floor in back of room next to cute blonde. We'll date. 11:57 a.m. I feel the need to be as near as naked as possible. This is a problem because of the hot blonde to my left in our pending courtship. She will not be pleased to learn that I need to lose 30 pounds before I propose to her. 11:58 a.m. The shirt and sweats have to come off. I throw caution to the wind, and I decide to rely on my wit and conditioning to overcome any weight issues my fiancé may take issue with. This will take a lot of wit and conditioning. 11:59 a.m. Begin small talk with my bride-to-be. She pretends to ignore me, but I know, how can she be? I allow her to concentrate and stare straight ahead and continue to pretend that I don't exist. As we finish sharing our special moment, I am suddenly aware of a sweat mustache that has formed below my nose. This must be from all the whisperings between us. 12 p.m. Instructor enters the room and ascends her special podium at the front of the room. She is a slight, agitated Chinese woman. She introduced me to the class, and everyone turns around to greet me as I decided to aggressively adjust my penis and testes back to my Under Armour. My bride is notably unfazed. 12:02 p.m. Since I do have experience with hot yoga, 4 sessions just 5 short years ago, I fully consider that I may be so outstanding and skilled that my instructor may call me out and ask me to guide the class. My wife will look on with a sparkle in her eye. We will make love after class. 12:10 p.m. It's now up to 95 degrees in the room. We have been practicing deep breathing exercises for the last 8 minutes. This would not be a problem if we weren't all breathing actual, oxygen. Instead, we are breathing each other's body odor, expelled carbon dioxide, and other unmentionables. Don't worry, I'll mention them later. 12:26 p.m. It's now 100 degrees, and I take notice of the humidity, which is hovering about 90%. I feel the familiar, adorning stare of my bride and decide to look back at her. She appears to be nauseated. I then realized that I forgot to brush my teeth prior to attending this class. We bond. 12:33 p.m. It is now 110 degrees and 95% humidity. I'm now balancing on one leg with the other leg crossed over the other. My arms are intertwined and I am squatting. The last time I was in this position was 44 years ago in the womb, but I'm in this for the long haul. My wife looks slightly weathered, dripping sweat, and her eyeliner is streaming down her face. Well, for better or for worse is what we committed to, so we press on. 12:40 p.m. The overweight Hispanic man 2 spots over has sweat running down his legs. At least I think it's sweat. He's holding every position and has not had a sip of water since we walked in. He's making me look bad, and I hate him. 12:44 p.m. I consider that if anyone in this room farted, that we would all certainly perish. 12:52 p.m. It is now 140 degrees and 100% humidity. I am covered from head to toe in sweat. There's not a square millimeter of my body that is not slippery and sweaty. I'm so slimy that I feel like a sea lion or maybe a sea eel. Not even a bear trap could hold me. The sweat is stinging my eyeballs and I can no longer see. 12:55 p.m. The roof stinks of asparagus, cloves, tuna, and tacos. There's no food in the room. I realize that an amalgamation of the body odors of 30 people in a 140-degree room for the last 55 minutes. Seriously, enough with asparagus, okay? 1:01 p.m. 140 degrees, 130% humidity. Look, bitch, I need my space here, so don't get all pissy with me if I accidentally sprayed you with sweat as I flipped over. Seriously, is that where this relationship is going? Get over yourself. We need counseling, and she needs to be medicated. Stat. 1:09 p.m. 150 degrees and cloudy and hot. I can no longer move my limbs on my own. I've given up on attempting any of the commands this Chinese chick is yelling out at us. I will lay sedentary until the aid unit arrives. I will buy this building and then have it destroyed. I lose consciousness. 1:15 p.m. I have a headache and my wife is being a selfish bitch. I can't really breathe. All I can think about is holding up a cup worth of hot sand in my mouth. I cannot remember what an ice cube is. I cannot remember what snow looks like. I consider that my only escape might be a crab walk across 15 bodies and then out of the room. I am paralyzed, and I may never walk again, so the whole crab walk thing is pretty much out of it. 1:17 p.m. I cannot move at all and cannot reach my water. Is breathing voluntary or involuntary? If it's voluntary, I'm screwed. I stopped participating in a class 20 minutes ago. Hey, lady, I paid for this freaking class, okay? You work for me. Stop yelling at everyone and just tell us a story or something. It's like juice and cracker time, okay? 1:20 p.m. It's now 165 degrees and moisture is dripping from the ceiling. The towel that I'm laying on is no longer providing any wicking or drying properties. It is actually placing additional sweat on me as I touch it. My towel reeks. I cannot identify the smell, but no way can it be from me. Did someone spray some stank on my towel or something? 1:30 p.m. The torture session is over. I wish hateful things upon the instructor. She graciously allows us to stay and cool down in the room. It is 175 degrees. Who cools down in 175 degrees? A Komodo dragon? My wife has left the room, probably to throw up. 1:34 p.m. My opportunity to escape has arrived. I roll over to my stomach and press up to my knees. It is warmer as I rise up from ground level, probably 15 degrees. So let's conservatively say it's 190. I muster my final energy and slowly rise, 1 foot in the front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other, towards the door. 1:37 p.m. The temperature in the lobby is 72 degrees. Both nipples stiffen to diamond strength, and my penis begins to retract into my abdomen from the 100-degree temperature swing. I can once again breathe, though, so I am pleased. I spot my future ex-wife in the lobby. We had such a good thing going, but now I know that no measure of counseling will be able to unravel the day's turmoil and mental scarring. 1:47 p.m. Arrive at Emerald City Smoothie and proceed to order a 32-ounce beverage, 402 calories, 0 fat, 14 grams of protein, effectively negating any caloric burn or benefit from the past 90 minutes. I finish it in 3 minutes and spend the next 2 hours writing this memoir. 3:47 p.m. Create Craigslist ad while burning final 2 grams of protein from smoothie and before the shakes consume my body. 4:29 p.m. Note to self, check car for missing wet yoga towel in the morning. So it's up for grabs.
Yep.
Used once.
It's disgusting.
funny is the guy that wrote that bit. I think my favorite part's the where is it?
When he spots his wife?
Yeah.
Pending courtship.
Where's the...
Begin small talk with my bride-to-be. She pretends to ignore me. But I know how she can be.
Yeah. I can't find it. Anyway, so that's tonight's show. We appreciate you listening. And make sure you like and share our Facebook page. Like and share, or I don't even know if you can share our YouTube page. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. It's spearheadx@yahoo.com. We got some videos posted up there. Once again, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, anything bitching about calling Chinaman and eating with chopsticks, send them to spearheadx@yahoo.com. If you're in the market for a used car, also email that address. Other than that, we appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next week.
Be prepared.
It's a good one.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying be prepared because we're probably going to call you.
Oh, yeah, and if you haven't gotten a phone call, which we've only done one, if you're listening to this, you're on the list.
Accessing your mind. Programming started. Thank you for listening to the Spearhead transmission. We know you enjoyed your experience. Please come again and partake in our ridiculousness. There is so much more to explore. Remember, your mind is yours. You are not part of a collective. You will start to think independently if you seek the truth. Stop buying the lies. Water that tree of liberty, and you will break those chains of mental slavery. You are beautiful and heroic. Until next time, goodbye. We love you.